Hi, it's Laura here at the Charleston Holistic Center, and today we are talking about integration of self. Trauma and even just cultural norms can have us split into many, many pieces, and to the point we almost act like we have DID, dissociative identity disorder, uh, where at one point we can be really super happy and nice, and then the next segment of time we are a 180 from that. We are a complete biatch or an a-hole. Uh, and sometimes we can stand outside ourselves and go, "What the heck are you doing? I don't know what I'm doing." And this comes from, again, trauma, um, a cultural paradigm where it's actually okay to act that way, um, and not having realized that this isn't the best way to act, and that we can actually stop doing that. And a lot of this, of course, happens with the mind. And as the previous video talked about, the mind tells you a whole bunch of junk. And so if we're in a particular state of mind where we're listening to a whole group of junk, we could be acting a particular way that isn't in our best interest necessarily or anybody else's. And so the idea is to realize that we have these different parts. And some of them are can be really helpful, but some of them can cause negative outcomes for ourselves and people around us. So the idea of sitting down and understanding that we have these different things, different pieces of ourself, and being like, hey, you know, Laura, over here, you're not helping. I know you thought you were, but it's not really helping. I thank you for trying to work with me and trying to be very helpful, but you're not. Is there any way that you could shift what you're doing so that you could be produce better outcomes for everybody? You'd literally talk to your parts like that. And when you do that, then there's a sense of the integration because you're actually addressing that part of yourself and not just letting it fly in the breeze and doing its own thing. There are techniques in counseling for doing this. So, but this is not this is not CBT. Uh, um, CBT won't do this for you. So if you have somebody who's a counselor who just talks, they won't know anything about this. Um, you need somebody who knows how to do a parts party to work with this. Uh, there are also some coaches who can do this. I do this sort of thing with people. If you have any questions, you can actually email me at info@charlestonholisticcenter.com about what to do with this. And, you can set up an appointment with me to work with this, even if you're not in town, because I do video appointments. But this is important for growth. For growth, when we have parts that are not producing optimal outcomes for ourselves and people around us, life isn't great then. If we can get all of our parts working together, life becomes better. Life becomes easier. Is it perfect? We live here in Earth. This is a crazy place. But when we actually work on it and become conscious of what's going on. Like I said, life gets better, it gets easier because we stop effing ourselves over. Uh, just saying. If you like the video, please like, please subscribe. Hey, share with everybody. Thank you, and namaste.